it's odd how sometimes you change things. Well, you don't change things. You have a progression of one thing or another. Then something changes, probably fundamental with what either you're going on. There's something in your life, or there's something in the place you work, like in my studio here, and it changes the course. You kind of go on a bit of a detour. However, it does always go back, or I find it goes back to where you left off. And then the progression or the development of the painting carries on, because as I do it every day, there is a progression and development, and something will happen that will make, or a painting will arrive that will make sense of all the previous paintings, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30, maybe even more. Hard to say, and it's hard to say what triggers it all. Sometimes when I don't feel particularly great, or well, not in a bad mood, but feeling unwell, and you have to do something really quickly because I know I have to do it, then that's very often something will change and will be as a surprise to me as it is for anybody else, really, which I find quite funny. Because yesterday we had a line. I had no intention of doing that, and now, because the big major things changed since I started to talk on the videos. Of course, there is a different mental process going on, because I'm also, although I'm painting, it's a very interesting, not a distraction, but a distraction. I don't know. I don't think it's a distraction. It's definitely a thing. It's always a thing, isn't it? Always have plenty of brushes. Never skimp on your brushes. Never skimp on tools. Always have enough. Especially when you're doing this, when you can't go and clean the brush. Because if you clean the brush now, of course it'll be wet, which will change everything completely. And with acrylic being so wet, you won't get the consistency and you won't get the texture you want, unless of course that is what you want to do, which is a different matter altogether. And this is the yellow out of the tubes I haven't been able to get the paint out of recently, and so cut it in half and get the last bits out of it. And there you go. I'm not too bothered about a line down there. Let things happen. That's all right. Remember, very often if you get a thing like that, get a little bit of paint in there. Don't paint over the top of it, because then you'll ruin that. Unless, of course, that is what you want to do. And I think you have to be quite honest with yourself. And also, if something happens, take a minute. I know it's only 5 minutes. There's only got a very short time to go now again, but you can still take a little minute to work out what you want to do next, if you can work that out. And I'm not sure how you don't. I think I'm going to have some more tea, really. Have some tea. A lot of drinking of tea. Herbal tea. White. I've got... Oh, I know what I can use. I'll use a flesh tint for a while on there. Well, that's not a good reason to use it just because you haven't used it for a while. It's still a valid reason, because all reasons are valid. Doesn't matter what it is. I do want to do something. I just want to... What I want to do. I need to... Oh. This is going to work. Right, do the other way around then. Right. Some red in that. To put over the top. Just to give it a layer. and I need some white to bring it up. Not too much. We are 5 minutes, over 5 minutes, but that's all right. We're okay. What I need? Is that what I need? I think I need a bit of green at the top. Just take that out a bit. And this becomes obvious. Okay, we're done.